Live. Thank you, everybody, for coming to this first rehearsal of the Vtuber Choir project.
Mhm.
I am joined today by Shanaha, Kaji Oniyami, and Elliot Ambers, who will be making up our bass section for the Vtuber Choir. For those who don't know, the Vtuber Choir project is something that I've been putting together for us to encourage people to step out of their comfort zone and give something new a try, in this case, classical music. We will be recording, in the end, Mozart's Ave Verum Corpus, which is a lovely piece that you can see on your screen right now. Oh, stream elements. I'm pretty sure it's live. Oh well. But as
It
I
is
was
live.
saying, yep. No, I think my sound alerts is set up, but it's saying it's offline, whatever.
Uh,
Yes, but this is the first rehearsal for the VTuber Choir. Previously, we had streamed the introduction to the project and the recording of the learning tracks. And today, these three brave volunteers will be the guinea pigs in this experiment. So, what we're going to do first is a breathing exercise. So, I'm going to. Can you hear my finger snap?
yes.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So, what we'll be doing. Oh, Lance, thank you for following. And welcome as we begin. What we're going to do, everybody, first, if you're sitting, sit up straight, feet flat on the floor, and I want you to feel your shoulder blades and pull them back. Shoulders, bring them up, back, down, and feel your chest kind of open up.
Ooh.
Now I want you to take a deep breath, but put your hands right below your rib cage.
Oh, yeah.
Take a deep breath and feel your stomach expand from underneath your rib cage when you take that deep breath. Thank you for following, Enfarius. So take that, open your mouth, and feel your lungs expand. Don't raise your shoulders, but you should be able to feel your back expand, your stomach push out slightly. Think about the space your lungs occupy inside your body. Take that deep breath. Class, please, by all means, follow along with this breathing exercise because I think you'll find it very helpful. So, can you feel what I mean, basses?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Does that
I feel
feel
like I
a
need
little
this as
strange?
a regular posture check.
Yeah.
Breath check.
Well, it's very helpful. So, what we're going to do now, with my finger snap, we're going to breathe in for 4 counts, and then we're going to hiss out on a s. So, tongue against your teeth on a s for 8 counts. So, in. So let's give that a try. So I'll count you in and out. Ready? So we're going to go in, 2, 3, 4. I'm not sure if I can hear that or not. So I'm going to trust that you were doing it.
I'm doing
Yeah.
it. I'm doing it.
Oh, do
Okay.
you want it to be more audible? Okay, just
Yeah,
making
yeah.
sure.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Trust me, we're
And
got a bunch of snakes here. Trust us.
everybody at home, do follow along. So now we're going to do that same thing, but in for 4 and out for 12.
Ooh.
So let's go. In, 2, 3, 4. Were you able to make it to the end?
Yes.
Comfortably.
I felt
Okay.
like I could go for a little bit longer even.
So we're going to go for longer. Let's go for 16 this
boy.
time. So we're going to go in, 2, 3, 4. How's everybody feeling?
It's
I'm
not bad.
realizing-
I'm
I had
a
to take a
snake or
second breath at
balloon.
14.
I'm realizing that I'm only giving myself like a half count to breathe because I'm counting you in. But let's try that same thing. I'm not going to count in this time, but it'll be 4, and let's go for 20.
Oh boy. Goodness.
Ooh.
So start now. All right.
Ooh. All right, that wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
I
So are
barely
you
made it, but I made it.
are you feeling that breathing now? That kind of breath support?
Mhm.
I actually feel like my lungs feel weirder now.
Yeah.
Hi, Toma.
Hey, Tomakis, good to see you. But you might be feeling now, you're more aware of your breathing. So what we're going to do next is a warm-up, and this is kind of the test for if this will all fall apart or not, to warm up our vocal range. So we're going to sing a very simple pattern just on a neutral ah. So when you say ah, if you're holding out that note, think of, I don't know if any of you have a mirror in front of you, but I want your mouth wide open and think almost horizontally, almost like you're smiling. So cheeks engaged, cheek muscles engaged. Your lower jaw should feel free to move. And if you feel any tension in your neck or throat while singing, try to consciously relax that. That way you can have free, unobstructed, flow of air through your whole vocal apparatus, your vocal cords, your larynx, all the way from your lungs. Excuse me. So the pattern we're going to sing, if any of you know what solfege is, like think of Sound of Music. Do, a deer, a female deer, re. Going to be do, sol, fa, mi, re, do. So just a very simple. Whoops.
Wow.
Simple.
Yep. I have a virtual piano up here. I still have not figured out how to connect a MIDI interface to my streaming setup or my actual keyboard. But we're just going to sing it on
All right.
So try repeating, I'll sing it, and then all of you try to repeat it back, and we'll see if the lag is going to ruin us or not.
The lag will definitely be there.
We
So
might have to do it one at a time.
maybe. Let's give it a try.
Oh boy.
Even if it's a bit of a cacophony, we can give it a shot. So first, I'll sing, and then you'll repeat. So, go ahead.
Oh,
don't
we
know.
kind of.
Oh yeah.
We kinda
So
lost
it.
think of
I
a
think it cut out.
cadence. Oh, okay. Think of a cadence being like this. Ah, and then you ah. Does that make sense?
So
Yeah,
I'll
I
start
got
like
it.
right
Yeah.
after you then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So I'll do it, and then you'll repeat. Ready?
Hope so.
Ah. Okay.
How's that?
So not as bad as I thought it would be, timing wise. You were all singing the notes right. If you want to go one by one, that's up to you. If anyone's feeling brave and wants to volunteer.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I think
Okay.
we're all fine.
Let's start with Kaji. So basically, we're going to do that same
Just
pattern
I'm not first.
and gradually move up the scale to find kind of where the top end of your range is. And then we'll do the same thing back down to find where you bottom out.
Okay. So I
So-
just start where we normally did, and then I go up a note each time.
So we'll do call and response.
All right.
So I'll sing it, then you'll follow back.
Understood.
Let's start in that same place then. Ah. Very good. Ah. Good. Now, feel free to just really let the air flow in one uninterrupted thing if you can. Don't worry if you slide between notes a bit. Just really think about the air moving in one unbroken line, as if you're pulling on a long rope the whole time. Try to use that image and see if it helps. Exactly. That was a lot better.
No, thank you. Ooh.
So that's starting to feel a little high.
Yeah.
So try giving it a little more air if you can. So that sounds like you flipped into your falsetto there.
I think I did, yes.
No, and that's totally fine. That's a good thing to do when a note gets, out of that range. There's sometimes a stigma associated with falsetto, and that's a pretty modern contrivance. So don't worry if you didn't. So that was up to an E. So that's higher than you will be going anywhere in this piece.
Oh, good.
So let's do the same thing now, but working our way down. So we're going to start at the same place we did before. So, Very good. Now let's see. I can't sing that last note. See if you can.
Maybe I can. Wait.
I don't know if you can hear the but down an octave. So if you sing go and then hit the bottom note. Oh, thank you for hosting, Lika. I really appreciate that.
Wait, so it's
So yeah.
Wait, I think I just had to hear it again.
Yeah, so that's down to around a D, like I can't.
Yeah.
That's
You can hear when
yeah.
my professor isn't there.
Yeah, so I am not a bass class, if you couldn't tell by now. I can fake it to a point, but that really low. So Kaji, you're definitely a bass. This is well
good.
below anything we'll be singing in the piece.
All right, perfect.
Yeah. So who would like to try next?
Go.
Sure. Either of us.
Okay. Shanaha, do you want to give it a go?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, are they low as in the level? It's a little hard to hear.
It's
Like
it could
low
be low as
volume or
in
low
pitch or
voice?
low volume.
Yeah.
Oh, Shauna and Elliot weren't singing at the moment.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
No, it was just me. It was
We're
just me.
doing
Yeah,
Get kicked
we're
off the
doing
mic
it.
too,
Yeah,
podcast.
we're doing it one at
One
a
by
time
one.
to avoid disaster. Oh, when they
Oh.
say stuff.
Oh, and we
Yeah,
speak.
speak up.
Understood.
Just talk louder.
well,
Yeah,
Come
just
on.
talk louder or turn up your input.
Sometimes it was randomly lighting up from just sound around the house.
Yeah.
It could be that.
I also don't know how well my low notes come across because I've got a noise filter on. Yeah, talk loud, sound smart. Exactly.
Correct.
So, Shanaha, let's go for the same thing. So we'll start going up. Ah. Yep. So I know it's later for you than it is for the rest of us. And I don't know if you're worried about waking the neighbors. But don't be afraid to really, with those deep breaths, put a lot of air through. If it helps to be louder, try being louder. So let's do the same thing, move up a little. There you go. There you go. Now, is that where you're
Sometimes I'm
starting
even-
to feel at the top there a bit of
Yeah.
like a break?
Yeah, like I think if I went any higher than that, my throat would have started like scratching or something like that.
Yeah, so that is what we would call the break in your voice, which is kind of the line between your full
Oh.
voice and your falsetto. So full voice you might hear referred to as chest voice and falsetto as head voice. So if
Okay.
after that point you would be, going like, ah, ah, and having to switch into that head voice, that's totally fine.
Ah,
That's also higher than we'll be going in this piece.
Okay, good.
So let's do the same thing. Let's start going down. Let's just start from lower because we know. So, there you go. Let's move. There you go. Go. Yep, I think you've still got a little more in there, so let's try. Good. Yeah, so that's down to a low E, which again is significantly lower than we'll be going in this piece.
Ooh.
All right, Elliot, it's your turn.
It is I, Elliot Ambers.
Let's do the same thing, starting
All right.
here. Your voice is cutting out a bit. I think you might have a filter set up for if you get too loud. That's
Let me
good, though.
check.
That means you're putting significant air behind it.
Let me see. Oh yeah, I have noise suppression on. There we
It's too
go.
good for Discord to handle.
I have taken that off now.
Yeah, so now let's try. I think it's still happening a little. Maybe physically distance from your microphone slightly and see if that helps.
Okay. Yeah, let's.
Elliot is
put
way
it-
too
Yeah.
powerful.
I often have to do that. It's
Yes.
I just need a better microphone.
I also.
Keep going. Okay, so that's around where you can feel your break, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so that's
That
good.
last one
That's
felt like I was screaming.
that's up to an F sharp, which is much higher than you'd have to sing in this. In fact, that's a note the altos would be singing a lot in this. So, actually, in your falsetto, you could almost assuredly sing the alto part. That's where it starts with
Mm-hmm.
Ave, Ave, Verum, Corpus. That's probably something that's in your range if you were singing in your falsetto. But now let's go down.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to start lower. Let's go for one more. I can't get there. Very good. That's just on a low D. Can you get a little lower? Let's see. That's right around a C sharp. So C sharp to D. So you've got quite a nice low range there. Which, that
Nice.
D you just sang is an octave lower than the D that begins the piece. So you don't have to worry.
I'm sorry, I'm a child, and I just laugh whenever you say that D.
Oh my god. Sounds like a bass sectional.
Oh yeah. Tenors too, trust us, we're all like that. And I know,
Yeah.
Elliot, you as well are a trombone player, yes?
Correct.
Yeah.
I know all 7 positions.
Oh yeah. For those not in the know, the trombone slide has 7 positions. But let's see. I'm really curious. Can any of you sing a really low note? Like if we started this
Oh.
which is a sub low A.
That is low.
Subsonic note.
Can you give me the first note again?
And then down an octave.
Oh. I don't think I can.
So
that's as low
I
as
have
can
I
get.
have some party trick notes like that. Like, let me see if I can get. Yeah.
Just a group of zombies now.
It just sounds like just like something lurking in the dark.
Yeah. So that
Zombies
is
are
called
coming.
your vocal fry. So
Ah.
instead of your full vocal cords are what we would call your modal voice. And they really are, fibrous muscles that vibrate at however many hertz per second for the note you're singing as air passes through them. So if you sing something like, A 440 hertz, which is the standard orchestra tuning note, which is It's a quite high note for men to sing. When you do that, your vocal folds are vibrating 440 times per second.
Whoa.
So if you play that note on a guitar and look at the guitar string in super slow motion, you will see it as a waveform that's, 440 peaks and valleys. 440 times a second is how fast that string vibrates. Same thing if you play that note on a brass instrument, your lips buzzing together 440 times per second. So sound is just physics. Applied physics. When you get to those super low notes, if you're doing those vocal fry, it's actually the air passing through the outer folds of your vocal apparatus. So it's not actually producing a note, but it's producing a sound through another method. So there's just a fun party trick for you. So actually, if you feel when you say something and your voice trails off at the end and goes kind of like, that feeling? That's your vocal fry.
Ah.
Oh.
And you can then use that. You can even speak in it, which would sound like this, quite demonic. But it's a fun...
Corpse husband, is that you?
It's a fun party trick. So if you want to try that on your own time, the human voice is capable of so many cool things. Same with like overtone singing, which is where the shape of the inside of your vocal folds, your larynx, the back of your mouth, manipulate the, sound waves bouncing around in such a way that one super high note pops out on top of it. Have you ever heard of, there's a Mongolian kind of like heavy metal, the Who. Yeah.
Oh.
But there's a metal band, the Who, H-U, that use this, and it's super cool. And it's why sometimes when I'm just sitting around doing nothing, I will, experiment and try to make those sounds happen.
I've done that too.
Yeah, just go like... Yeah. But you can actually hear that start to happen. So the ways in which you can use your voice are many. And now we're going to move to the part where I actually make you sing classical music. So you all have your sheet music up?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
So first, I'm just going to play the backing track and sing along. So do follow along. ULF radio waves. Ultra low frequency. I think human hearing bottoms out at around 20 hertz. And there are a few people who have been recorded as being able to sing below that, which I know doesn't make much sense. But kind of cool.
Huh.
So, follow along. I will sing the bass part. If there's anything I want you to pay attention to, listen to how the words are pronounced, and then we'll go through line by line and sing it. I don't want you to worry too much about where to take breaths. Just a general rule would be, if you see a comma somewhere, that's a safe place to breathe. And just try to avoid in the middle of a word. So actually, if you want to mute yourself and sing along, that's welcome. Up to you.
Sounds like a good idea.
Get a head start.
Yeah.
So I've got the backing track up here, and I will sing the bass part. Ave, Ave, Verum Corpus, Natum te Maria Virgine. Passum immolatum in cruce pro homine. perforatum und affluxit et sanguine. Est nobis pregustatum in mortis examine. In mortis examine. So, hopefully that's not too intimidating sounding a part.
Sounds like a regular bass part.
Yeah. You get a lot of the standard features of a bass part, like you'll be singing the root note of the chord a lot. So in music theory, the root would be, the note from which the rest of the chord is built. So for example, this piece is in the key of D major. The bass starts singing the note D. And ever since Shanaha said the D, I can't help but giggle a little bit whenever I'm saying that. I'm glad you're all making use of the new emotes. So I'm going to do pretty much the same thing we were just doing. Whoops, that messed things up. I tried to move things around on my screen. There we go. So I'm not going to play the backing track because I did not think ahead enough to feed that through Discord before it goes to the stream. I'm sorry, guys. Other sections, tenors, altos, sopranos, that will be fixed for the future. Do not worry. So it's just the basses that will have to endure an a cappella call and response.
Oh, yay.
So
Fine.
we're going to go through the first four measures, which is just this Ave, Ave, Verum, Corpus. So we don't need to do it in time. And in fact, it can be useful when you're learning a piece of music. You can break it down. So you can do first just notes. So instead of even singing the words, you could sing on something like Lu. Like Lu, 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 Lu. Because it's one less thing to think about. It's up to you. Would you like to just go straight in on words?
I think we could do words.
Who's
Yeah,
our
that'd be all right.
who's
I
our
like
first
this. Let's do
victim?
I'll go first. We'll do the reverse order of what we did last time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start. I think is a line. The first four measures are just two notes. We can be a little more ambitious. We're gonna go from this Ave to the end of Virgine. So quick Church Latin pronunciation guide. We're going to try to avoid diphthongs. So that's vowels that go like A, I, and go instead for pure A, E, I, O, U. So Ave instead of Vei. Corpus. And in general, we're going to wait until the very end of a note to put the consonant on. Because if we don't, you'll hear, it'll be all lovely, Ave, Ave, Verum, Corpus, and then you'll hear a million S's. So keep something like an S until the very end, and it'll just cut off a note, if that makes sense. I think it'll make sense when you're doing it. So I'm just going to sing this first line here for you and have you repeat it back. The other two of you want to mute yourselves and get some practice in ahead of time, feel free. We're not going to go strictly in time because we're not using a backing track. We're just getting the notes down. So I'm going to go a little quicker. Ave. Make sure that is a D still. Yeah. Ave, ave, verum corpus, natum de Maria Virgine. So I think I'll beat like this tempo for you if you want to
Okay.
give it a try. So, it's your starting note.
Ave, ave.
You're cutting out.
Oh, I'm cutting out again?
Yeah.
What is it with my microphone? Let me get a
Ave.
little bit further.
We'll be in the other room.
Ave. Verum corpus natum de Maria
Excellent.
Was it cutting out as much?
It was still cutting out, but I could hear you and you got the part exactly right.
Cool. Cool.
All right. So now I think if we're going in reverse order, Shanaha, it's your turn.
Okay.
So don't even worry about singing it in a tempo. Just kind of go one note to the other, words or lieu, up to you.
I was
So,
gonna say, like, I've got your the backing tracks that you sent out. I might just like play that on my
oh
end
yeah,
and try and go along with that.
yeah, absolutely do that if that makes it easier. Ooh, opera binoculars are a good idea. I should have those. So, you want me to sing it once, or are you just going to listen to the backing track and go for it?
I'll listen to the backing track that you sent out.
Sure. And sing
Yeah.
along.
I just said play, so Ave, ave, verum corpus, natum de Maria
Maria.
Gine.
Yep. You actually went a little low on the natum, but that was very good.
I think the big issue was I was running out of breath.
Yeah. So don't be afraid to breathe in the middle if you need to. So do remember, feet rooted, chest open, nice deep breath. I
Yeah.
think you'll find you have a lot more in your lungs than you think you do. All right, Kaji,
Just
it's
going
your
into
turn.
that breathing stuff earlier.
Yep.
I felt like I could breathe out for a long time, but for some reason when I'm actually singing, it's like, woo.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
dang it, hang on.
it's hard to keep it in mind if you haven't done it before. It's a different set of muscles than you might be used to using. Hold on.
All right.
One sec. Yep. So would you like me to do the same, just sing it through once, or?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Yeah. So I'm going to do it out of time, so we don't have to worry about the rhythm too much right now, because this is
Sure.
very easy. Ave, ave, verum corpus, natum de Maria Virgine.
Okay, that's a lot to remember. So, working with an Oni brain here. Hang on. So you start. Okay. Ave, ave, verum corpus, natum de Maria. I forgot the notes.
Virgine.
Virgine.
Perfect. Yeah, you nailed
Awesome.
it. Give you one of those. So
Thank you.
moving on. So I've said the word octave a few times. I realized that that might be without context. So an octave is the same note. Think the frequency is doubled. So if A440 is the tuning note, 220 would be an octave below it. Not exactly, they're slightly not equal. We're not going to worry about that. So it's the same note. So
No
like that was on an A. And the next note, that is the A an octave above it. So the part would then go Vere pasum immolatum. Let's try that quickly. Do we want to just keep going back and forth in that same order, or the order we just did?
I guess I could go again.
Sure. So, Vere pasum. Yep, just go for it.
Vere pasum.
Perfect. No, that was right. Then, immolatum.
Immolatum.
Perfect. Then moving on, it would be in cruce pro homine. So, in cruce
In cruce pro homine.
Perfect. And actually,
Oh.
what you did there with flipping your R on the R of cruce, perfect.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
No, like that's exactly what you want to do. We want to, whenever there's an R, like at the start or middle of a word, either a short rolled R, we'd call it a flipped R. What we want to avoid is an ugly American R. Like we don't want to say cruce. It would just sound a little ugly. But that was very, very good.
Oh, thank you. I've learned from Dr. Robotnik.
Oh my god.
I can't think of a better person to learn from. All right. Elliot, you're up.
Okie dokie.
From Vere Pasum. Vere Pasum.
Vere pasum.
Immolatum.
Immolatum.
In cruce pro homine.
In cruce pro homine. I think I butchered that last line.
A little bit. So, o, mi, same note, then ne, back down to that A.
Homine.
Perfect. Shanaha, same thing. Or if you have your backing track up.
I think it'll be easier if I just go for you.
Okay.
A bit faster as well.
So, Vere pasum.
Vere pasum.
Little higher to start. Vere
pasum.
Perfect. Immolatum.
Immolatum.
That's it. And in cruce pro homine.
In cruce pro homine.
Yeah, you got it.
Whew.
So now we'll be making that octave jump again. Back up to the A there. Cuius latus perforatum unda fluxit et sanguine. This is probably the trickiest line for the basses. Now you'll see all this junk around the notes. These are called accidentals, and what they do is they either augment a note, so raise it, or they lower it. In this case, in the key signature, we would have F sharp and C sharp, but the notes we're singing are C natural and F natural, so that funky symbol means that we're singing C natural and F natural. You don't really need to worry about that, but I can't not say it, if that makes any sense.
Responsible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, though, in terms of relationships between the notes, they're still quite simple. So you're going down a whole step for cuius latus perforatum, and then down a perfect fifth, up a perfect fourth. They're intervals that just feel really good to sing, and most bass parts in pretty much whatever you're doing, be it classical music, pop, rock, you will see that 1-4-5-1 pattern everywhere. It is, the foundation of most Western music. So you will get very used to that, and you'll notice it will feel familiar to sing. I know that sounds strange to say, but so let's break this up into shorter chunks. So, Kaji, I'm going to pick on you. You're going to go first.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go from cuius through to perforatum. Same thing, flip those R's. So, cuius latus perforatum. It's your starting note.
Okay. Is that cool? What was the first note again? Cuius latus.
Cuius latus. Try just that.
Cuius latus.
Perforatum.
Perforatum.
Perfect. We're going to keep going. Unda fluxit et sanguine. So,
Unda fluxit
Yep. Et
san-
sanguine.
et sanguine.
Perfect.
All right.
You got it, believe it or not.
Sanguinate. I know that.
Yeah.
That means to like bleed. That's
Yep.
cool.
Yeah.
Haha,
I mean,
blood, cool.
If you think
Whoa.
about what the lyrics are, perforatum da fluxit et sanguine, sides were pierced and bleeding.
Oh, this song rocks. What the hell?
I mean, it's about the crucifixion, so.
Oh, I get it now.
I see.
Oh, that's
Ah.
funny. Let's see. Elliot, I'm picking on you next.
That's fine.
Same spot. Yeah, just Jesus song things, cheery stuff. Cuius latus.
Cuius latus.
Perforatum.
Perforatum.
Unda fluxit et sanguine.
Unda fluxit sanguine.
So you go back up for sanguine from the
Ah.
A to the B flat. Et sanguine.
Et sanguine.
Perfect. Yep, you're just moving a half step in each direction there. So a tiny move. This is one thing that might help you, basses. When you're moving up or down, this is going to sound silly. Try raising your eyebrows. It will, I know it sounds stupid, but it will help you keep your pitch. It's just a...
Like, raise your eyebrows higher when you have to do the higher notes and...
Yep, or even raise your eyebrows higher as you're moving down a line like Unta fluxit et sanguine. It'll help keep you from slipping too far when you're going down like that, because it's quite easy to overshoot. It sounds strange, but give it a try. It's just like a, biofeedback kind of thing in a way. So, Shanaha, you're up. Cuius latus.
Cuius latus.
Perfect. Perforatum.
Perforatum.
Excellent. Unda fluxit et sanguine.
Unda fluxit et sanguine.
Got there in the end. It's just a little lower on the et sanguine.
Ah.
Give that a try.
Et sanguine.
Perfect. So then we get a really nice moment on this esto nobis pregustatum in mortis examine. I'm going to play that part so you can hear it, and I'm going to unmute the other parts for a moment so you can hear how it all kind of comes together. Because it's a really nice moment. I can remember which tracks are my soprano, because that's broken into like 4 different takes that I had to cobble together to not sound terrible. So listen to kind of the relationship between the bass and the tenor, so the two men's parts, and how they mirror what the women do. Okay, so we're about to be at the cuius latus, so you'll hear what you just sang. Cuius latus perforatum unda fluxit et sanguine. So here, listen to the esto nobis, and you'll hear what I mean about the relationship. Let's not listen to my soprano caterwauling there. But do you hear what I mean about that relationship?
Yeah, like the whole little like a delay type of thing. Like
Yeah.
it's almost like a built-in reverb.
It's exactly like that. It's like a little duet built in there. Let me see if I can play just that part. Yeah. So you're the lower part of that duet, but it's just an exquisite little moment.
I
So
like it. Sounds nice.
yeah, it's
Mm.
very pretty. So unfortunately, you don't get the satisfaction of, standing next to somebody and harmonizing with them, but we're doing our best.
Mm.
So let's do that same thing we've been doing. So I'll pick on Shanaha first this time.
Oh,
So unless you'd rather go last, it's up to you.
no, I'm fine.
Okay. So esto nobis pregustatum. Good spot to take a big breath here. In mortis examine. You have an octave jump on the amine. But let's rewind it and do it one bit at a time.
Yeah.
So esto nobis. Try that.
Esto nobis.
Perfect. And then you'll hang on to that note for pregustatum in
Pregustatum in.
So that was the right pattern of intervals, but you just need to be a note higher. So that was the esto nobis. No, so you can see a repeating pattern like that, where it just moves
Yeah.
up a note, is called a sequence in
Okay.
musical terms. So we finished the esto nobis and we're going to repeat the same interval movement, but up a note. So
Oh, I see.
pregustatum in. So
Pregustatum in.
Perfect. And then you're going to hold on to that same note for mortis examine.
Mortis examine. Oh, oops.
Yep, so
I
that's
wasn't
where we
expecting
go that whole octave. So try just
Yeah.
me.
Mine.
It's just one step up then.
Ah.
You got the octave perfect though. Me.
It's like after doing that big jump, I feel like I want to go do another big jump up and
Right?
down.
But it's just,
Yeah.
it's this tiny little movement. It's almost like, so this is what's called in music a false cadence, where you expect
Oh.
an ending, but instead it goes on. Part of why
Okay.
Mozart is so brilliant, because he's very good at, setting up an expectation, betraying it, and then delivering you that resolution.
Mm.
So let's just try the me ne.
Me ne.
Me. Just try the me
Me
ne.
ne.
Perfect.
When I don't have the previous things messing me up, I can do it easily.
Yeah. Well, no, that's a really good way to practice, is breaking things down into very tiny chunks and then gradually
Ah.
stringing them together. So if
Okay.
I'm learning, like a new piece that I've never sung before and it's very difficult, I will take one small part, do it out of rhythm, note by note, then I'll do it in rhythm, then I'll start adding onto it. If something seems
Yeah.
like an insurmountable task, it gets a lot easier when you break it into tiny parts. I mean, that's true anywhere, not just in music. All right, but I'm going to move to my next victim. Elliot, it's your turn.
Hello.
From Esto Nobis.
Gotcha.
So we'll do it in the same way. Esto nobis.
Esto nobis.
Pregustatum in.
Pre Pregustatum
In.
in
Yep. Then mortis examine.
mortis examine.
Closer. Small jump when you go me ne. So try just me
Me
ne.
ne
There you go. So then let's just try mortis examine.
mortis examine. Ne.
There you go. You do really want to
had to fluff
go.
it.
Yeah, well, you want to go to what you would think is the natural resolution, but it'll be easier when you have the backing track.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Kaji, it's your turn.
I'm ready.
So same thing. Esto nobis.
Esto nobis.
Pregustatum in.
Pregustatum in.
Mortis examine.
Mortis examine.
Got it in one. Nice.
Well, I got to listen to the
Yeah.
others do it like a bunch of times first.
That's true. Okay, so now we just have one last line, if you can believe that.
Whoa.
So it's another one with what we would call chromatic movement. So that's movement of just a half step, which is the smallest interval traditionally in Western music. So we're starting still on that same A, and it would sound like in mortis examine. It's tricky. If we don't get this one, don't worry about it, because that's what the backing track and the learning track are for. I'm going to play this once so you can hear it with the backing, just to make it a little easier to stick in your head. Let's listen to it, and then we'll go through it. So it is a tricky one without the accompaniment. I mean, it's tricky even with it, because chromatic movement like that, you're in tension with the other notes. So it's a little dissonant, and then it moves to that resolution, and that's why it feels good. So let's try that. I'm going to make you go first this time, Kaji.
Okay.
In mortis examine. So let's just try first the in more, just that much. In more.
In more.
Then we'll move mortis. Sorry, hit the wrong note on the mortis. So just that much.
Mortis.
Examine.
Examine.
Perfect. So let's try putting it all together,
Uh-oh.
which significantly more challenging than you would think. In mortis examine in
In mortis examine.
Perfect. Nailed it.
Really? Thank
Yeah.
you.
No, give
That's
yourself a
tough.
pat on the
That's
back
tough.
for that. That's not easy.
Mhm.
All right, Elliot, it's your turn. So we'll do the same thing. Yeah. Well-deserved
Thank you.
Fachis in chat.
Oh, thank you. I'm bowing. I'm bowing.
So we'll break it down the same way. In mo.
In more
Oh, my voice cracked.
Mortis
mortis
examine.
examine
There you go. Now let's put it together. In mortis examine. That's where you start.
in mortis examine.
Nailed it. You got
Nice.
it. All right, Shanaha, you are up.
Yep.
Same thing. We're going to break it down to in more. Just that much. In more.
Emo.
Good. Then mortis. Whoops. Mortis.
Mortis.
Examine.
Examine.
There you go. You all should give yourselves a pat on the back because you have gotten through it.
Hey, we
Ooh,
did it.
we
Good
did
job,
it.
guys.
So,
We survived.
I think to conclude, why don't we listen to the accompaniment one more time? And you guys can sing the bass along. Unfortunately, it doesn't really work in real time, so maybe mute yourself and
We
I
could,
can.
yeah,
Yeah.
mute.
Yeah, I'll sing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll sing along if that wouldn't be distracting. I don't know if any of you have the stream audio up. If you do, it probably is driving you crazy because there's got to be a delay.
I've only turned it
If
on when you turn on the music yourself.
If we
Okay.
deafen, then we should be able to follow along with your singing in time with the music, so it should be fine.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll do that then. We'll listen to the accompaniment, sing along your part, and you have learned Mozart's Ave Verum Corpus.
Yeah.
Ave, Ave Verum Corpus natum te Maria Virgine. Ere pasum immolatum in cruce pro homine. Posture check. Sit up straight. Huius latus perforatum unda fluxit et sanguis esto nobis pregustatum in mortis examine. In mortis examine. All right, how did you guys do?
I think I did pretty well.
I think I just
I'm not
got to
the only one
remember the
that didn't
notes a
have
little
break,
better.
right?
Yeah. Did it feel markedly different from trying to do it before that?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Yes. Going through the whole song and then being able to sing along to the accompaniment
Yep.
definitely helped a lot.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Give yourselves a pat on the back, and I think, class, a round of applause is in order for our three brave basses. We'll
Hey.
give some on my own here. So,
The
why
bass
don't we
bases.
take this as an opportunity to give everybody a shout out here? Make sure I'm doing that correctly. And why don't you all go right down the line and give yourselves your elevator pitch for anyone who doesn't know.
Who's first down the line?
Whoever speaks first.
All right, I guess that was me. My name, if you are not familiar with me, is Kaji Oniyama. I am a fighter from the spirit world. I usually like to play fighting games, but I also like to sing. So yeah, check out my channel. It was linked right there.
Thank you, thank you.
I'll go next, I suppose. I am Elliot Ambers. I am a scholar and a seer. I like to do fortune telling, and sometimes I like to teach lessons, though my lessons are on a bit of a hiatus. They may come back in the future, though. I used to teach Japanese lessons, and I spend a lot of my streams playing Fire Emblem and doing speedruns recently. So, that's me.
And then I guess I'm lost. My name is Shanaha. Pretty much whatever you say, there's no wrong way. And I am a bongo cat that sometimes transforms into a human that likes playing the weirdest games that you've probably never heard of. For example, you can see in chat I was playing Amber's Airline 7 Wonders last, which is a pretty fun game that you probably wouldn't think is pretty fun. So be sure to check out my streams and see the wacky games I play.
Excellent. Thank you guys so much for coming. For anybody who doesn't know, I'm Professor Bloom. I enjoy doing reading streams of both literature and poetry with some light, non-technical explanation. I do music recording streams where I'll record something like a barbershop quartet part by part. And I also enjoy doing themed karaoke, such as opera, or I believe this Saturday I'm going to do like a musical theater and movie musicals one, so look forward to that. Tomorrow, actually, at 8 o'clock Eastern, 8 p.m. Eastern, I have a barbershop stream coming up. I don't cut hair, but there are 4 of me, and we like to sing. And
His
I
magic calming
also
power.
play a lot of boomer shooters like Doom. I've been playing Doom 2 since it came out, and I'm not about to stop now. So thank you, everybody, for attending. I will be organizing the next rehearsal for the Vtuber choir, hopefully for next week, for the tenor part, ideally, but really any part will do, alto or soprano. If you are interested in participating, we could still use some altos and sopranos. So even if you want to, give it a try for the first time. Oh, Alaric, thank you for the raid.
Thank you.
Thank you. Many thanks.
Ooh, welcome, Raiders.
We were just finishing up with our rehearsal and talking about scheduling future ones. California is coming for my state. I'm ready to fight.
The
But
whole opera behind him.
yeah. So I know any altos or sopranos out there, if you are interested, we do still have room and we could absolutely accommodate a few more. So even if you've never done something like this before, you can see it's a mostly painless process. All it takes is a little bravery, and I guarantee you that the satisfaction at the end of hearing yourself joined with the voices of others in a choir will absolutely be worth any of the hesitation you might have. Thank you for the follow, Birdmoz. Really appreciate it. So I think then that will conclude tonight's rehearsal/lesson. Thank you everybody
Alright.
for coming. I know we kept
Thank you
it
for
Thanks for
having
having
us.
pretty short, but I know short and sweet is best for this kind of thing. And really, it's
Mm.
Yeah, it
only
worked.
3.5 minutes of music, so no point belaboring it. So thank you, everybody. Let us find somebody to raid. I know we were just raided, and now we're turning around and raiding somebody else. But who is
A double train.
online that we could go raid? Let's see,
Hmm.
like Mao is playing Bloodborne. Could be fun to drop in on him. I know he enjoys singing. Ooh, I
Yeah.
have a good raid message in mind this time. That's not just stealing Elliot's. Thank you for the follow, Headless. Very much appreciate it. Let's see. So we could say do raid me.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
So if you want to copy that, I think that would make a fine raid message considering what we were just doing. And be sure to follow on Twitter. There is a hashtag Vtuber Choir that we are using for anything related to this. So if you'd like to keep abreast of the project, that is the hashtag to search on. So why don't we go pay a visit to Mao? Because I think he's playing Bloodborne, and that should be very entertaining.
Sounds good.
Thank you all for coming, and I will see you at the next rehearsal.
Bye bye.
And thank you for having us.
Bye.
Have
Oh,
a
yeah,
good
thanks
night,
for having us.
everyone.
Yeah, my pleasure.
So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen or something.